All right, Schlockmeister fans, the sequel to The Stud, The Bitch. Let's check it out. Meet Joan Collins.
My pleasure.
She plays Fontaine Khaled.
If I do not get my ass out of here immediately, I shall not be going anywhere.
Your mind in the business in hand.
So this guy is Nico on the left.
Unload the stone, pay off, and no more of the double or quits routine.
He's got a stolen ring and he's gonna try to dump it on Joan. I believe they're flying to London where Fontaine has a club called Hobo. And Nico gets to know her on the plane.
Oh, she's a killer.
Nico was able to stash the stolen diamond on Fontaine, and now he's checking into a hotel.
I'll have it waiting for you at the desk.
Thank you.
In the sack, in the hay.
This is Fontaine's chauffeur, Ricky.
That's very apt, don't you think? The snake pit, the writhings of snakes, fucking like rattlesnakes. Do you like to fuck, Ricky?
Now she's seducing Ricky. They have a romantic interlude that I can't show you.
Mrs. Khaled.
That is a good boy.
Tell me about this hot rock.
Back to
Well,
Nico.
it's hot and it's big. And I need to sell it to pay off the mafia. And I've lost the fucking thing.
You lost it,
Yeah.
and you're in trouble with the mob. Does trouble always run in twos with you?
Khaled.
Khaled? Fontaine Khaled?
That's the one.
I'll be damned. Oh, you're out of her league, man.
That's John Ratzenberger from
She is
Cheers.
the best.
This is Hobo, Fontaine's club.
Sure. Ciao.
Nico's trying to
Ricky,
find her
will
to
you
make
come sing
moves.
your conductor back to the hotel, please?
And then?
And then you can go home, Ricky. Good night.
Guess it was a one-time deal for Ricky. One-time deal for Ricky, and I believe Nico's next. Next morning, he's looking for the ring he planted on her, see if he can find it.
What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I found this rope. I hope you don't mind.
What were you doing in my coat?
Getting my ring back.
You bastard.
Oh, come on now.
You're a...
She's not happy and kicks him out.
Get out! You just take your cheap Italian ass and hustle it somewhere else!
Apparently the ring is a fake.
It's made out of glass. Fucking glass.
Christ, incredibile.
It's a copy. Good copy, but a copy. Honey almost dropped his cookies when I gave it to him.
See, no?
Nico goes and finds a new chick.
Ricky.
Mystery lady, eh?
So?
But he still wants Fontaine.
Tell your friends things are looking good.
Tell me yourself.
Remember, he owes money to the mob. He's gonna sell that ring to get the money to pay them.
You know my playmates?
Luke? John Joe? Hi, Luke. John Joe?
He tries to escape. He doesn't get far.
Anyway, they're having what is commonly known as a bit of a house party for the races at Lengfield. You know, horses and things.
He's gonna get involved in fixing horse races now. He meets up with
I guess I can
Fontaine.
protect myself. Are you still in trouble?
Sam, I can handle it.
I'm sure you can. You know that whole business with the ring? That's not you.
I had no choice.
Meanwhile, Fontaine gets an offer from this guy.
Of the Khaled Empire.
I'll survive.
Oh, I'm sure you will. You could survive very comfortably. With me.
Next thing you know, there's a big pool party, which turns into an underwater orgy. Can't show you anything more than this. Still got their clothes on. Fontaine's gonna decline, but then she gets mad when she sees Nico in there.
That doesn't sound like Fontaine I knew and loved.
Oh, come on, Bennett. It's not my scene anymore, sweetheart.
It's
One up in my life.
Now he's gonna try to blackmail this guy over some pictures.
not me. Otherwise, those pictures go to the old man, wife, the steward.
There's the horse racing. And they fixed the race. And he won a shit ton of money.
I even took a piece of 18. Favorites do get beat, you know. I'm out of the woods.
And the big payoff.
My pleasure.
Oh, what happens to Nico?
I think he'll be returned to sender.
Back to the States?
And that's our film. Great funky tune here called The Bitch. All right, let's talk about the Joan Collins movie, The Bitch. She plays Khaled Fontaine. She, I guess, is a heiress. I don't know what happened to her husband, but she lives a jet set lifestyle. She owns a club called the Hobo in London somewhere. She meets this guy on an airplane named Nico. Now, Nico saw her getting out of the plane and decided to follow her because he has a stolen diamond, and he needs this diamond to pay off the mafia, to sell it and to pay off the mafia, I guess. So I'm not exactly sure why, but he needed to, I guess, smuggle it and hide it in Joan Collins' coat or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was because it didn't seem like there was any threat to him having this on the plane anyway, but whatever. He gets it to her, and then his hope is to meet up with her in London at some point and retrieve it. He loses her at first, but then eventually he hooks up with her again. Again, she runs his club. After at one point, she sleeps with her chauffeur, and then she ends up sleeping with Nico. And the next morning, Nico is poking around in her closet, finds this robe or bathrobe or something, and finds the ring. And then he actually admits to Fontaine what he had done, and she gets really mad at him, kicks him out of the place. Well, she doesn't stay mad for long because soon after, a day or two later, they're friends again. And but it turns out the ring is a fake. John Ratzenberger from Cheers is in this movie, and he got a hold of the ring and tells him, "I'm sorry, man, it's glass. It's only worth a couple thousand. It's supposed to be worth, I don't know, 150,000 or something. Whatever." He said it's a good fake, but it's a fake nonetheless. So then he doesn't know what to do. The mob catches up with him. They beat him up, and then at one point he decides to get involved in some fixing of horse races, which eventually he pulls off. He wins a bundle of money at the end. Joan Collins is there too. She pays off the mafia, and I guess he's free to go and do whatever he wants. And that's kind of how our movie ends. That's The Bitch. Now, in between all those parts I told you about, there are some lovemaking scenes. Joan sleeps around with a few people. She gets naked in this movie multiple times. There's like this orgy sequence in a pool. We see naked wieners flopping around here and there. Full photo nudity from a lot of people. Only see Joan's boobs. Actually, so we see her butt in this movie too. She was 46 years old when she made this movie. Now, apparently this came in 1979. It was a sequel to The Stud, which I reviewed earlier on this channel. And I don't even remember much about The Stud, to be honest with you, but it's the same character. Apparently, Aaron Spelling saw her in this movie, The Bitch, and thought she would make a good character on Dynasty. And that's where she went next. Was it Alexis? Was that her role? I never saw an episode of Dynasty, but it's pretty big in the 80s, and that was she was the star of that. So there you go. The bitch brought us to Dynasty, or at least her on Dynasty anyway. So that's it. The film series stopped after 2. Like in the first movie, The Stud, she gets naked, like I said, a couple times in here, and looks pretty good. 46 years old, but she still looks pretty good in this movie. So anyway, that's The Bitch. Now I have this on this New Star Video, which is not the greatest company. Maybe it's been released on something better since then. I don't know if there is. You know, I'll leave a link to something down below. But anyway, if you're looking to see some nudity, and especially if you're looking to see Joan Collins naked, this is the movie for you. It's The Bitch. Also, I got to point out, I like the soundtrack of this movie. The opening theme song, The Bitch, is by a group called the Olympic Runners. It wasn't on Apple Music, I looked for it, but it is on YouTube if you want. Look up The Bitch by the Olympic Runners. It's actually a nice little funk song. It's by a British funk band. They're a British funk band. And but the rest of the soundtrack was also pretty good. There's a lot of disco stuff in here, but there's also a lot of stuff, remakes of songs, probably because they couldn't get the rights to the original ones. I don't know. But anyway, decent soundtrack, lots of nudity. Check it out. It's The Bitch. Watch it. Bye. Leave me some comments. Buy the film.